Um, welcome to the Art Center's Youth Poetry, first virtual. I'm so happy to see you all. And I would like to start with thanking, so this is my face. Hello. But I try to have the poems be the centerpiece as opposed to my face. To thank and welcome the supporters of this event, of the virtual poetry reading and well, it's not an virtual exhibition. The literary fund at the Art Center makes this possible. And we're very pleased that we can pay attention to all the arts, not just paintings, but also writing. Writing is very important. It's great to be able to verbalize your thoughts. And
the contest, the youth poetry contest, is actually in name of our son. And I have written poetry since I was first able to write. And before I could write, my mother used to write them down for me. And when I was 6, I had rhymed quatrains, so I was doing forms as well as, so it was fun. I've done poetry all my life since. I've written several books of poetry.
So you really hope that all these young poets will have the same experience, lifelong lasting experience for poetry as you have.
Well, I just hope that they can enjoy poetry. That would be great.
I do. How could I not see it? Matilda Wiegand will read Willow Tree. Matilda, if you could unmute yourself, or Penelope can unmute for you. And Penelope, you're later in the lineup, so to speak. So Matilda, if you would want to read Willow Tree now, that would be lovely.
Willow tree. Willow tree swaying. Suddenly a wind starts up. Catkins everywhere.
That was a really, really short, good poem. And were you trying to tell us something about the feel of being near a willow tree?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to read one that had a picture, because this is by Samantha Mossbrucker, but Samantha double booked herself, so she couldn't read this, but I will do it for her. Blue. Blue is the ocean between your toes. Blue is the fog which now the wind blows. Blue is the coats that are still in the boats. Blue is the water that trickles through your throat. Blue is the color that you dyed your hair. Blue is everywhere. Blue is the whale's spray. Blue is magnificent every day. So that was a really watery poem, I think. Good job, Samantha. Now, Ogden Sullivan, A Thing.
Yes.
And this is his poem. This is what it looks like here. Take it away, Ogden.
A thing. There is a thing hiding under the stairs with big red eyes and oily hair. It does not go out, not even for a while, and it has a pet pygmy crocodile. It eats wood and grabs your feet whenever you go upstairs to go to sleep. Yes, there is a thing hiding under the stairs with big red eyes and oily hair.
Ooh, so scary. I remember this when I was your age, that I was always very afraid of a arm that could come under my bed and grab my ankle. Oh, well. Well, Penelope, now it's your turn. I hope your poem is not this scary.
Okay, so sunrise. Before the sun rose up and over the hills, the world was dark and the world was still. On soft wings an owl flew down to the stream. As the night began resting, the sun came in beams. A breeze picked up and the day creatures awoke. Arising from sleep, the first song sparrows spoke. Stretching their wings, they began their clear words. More and more joined in a whole chorus of birds. Mushrooms released their small spores to the skies. The wind, above two small doves sang their low, mournful cries. The wind stirred the willows with catkins so bright that some flew through the wind like a bush tit in flight. Clouds in the sky were colored white and gray. Below the green trees, small brown birds were at play. In the marsh, a hawk flew, casting shadows on deer, who ran through the cattails without any fear. At the top of it all was a red-winged blackbird, who sang of the mountains and lakes and elk herds. They sat in the silence, and then like a squirrel, the bird leapt off a branch and soared into the world.
A poem about nature. I think nature is one of the big inspirations, don't you think, Penelope? Yeah. Okay. Kara Morgan with Freedom's Flight.
Freedom's flight. The wind blows and carries with it life on feathered wings. Hunters call, a newly crowned king soars, an eagle's cry. Endless sky, clouds roll ever by. No, freedom in flight. Grab and fly and back again soon, calls chickadee-dee. A towhee, hides secretly free, shy by roots of trees. Surf Scoter, for Ocean Haven braves the crashing waves. Canvas back, underwater flight, sees life in new ways. Freedom blows, carried on the wind by strong feathered wings.
All right. Very good. So I'm really impressed how much nature really is inspiring our young poets. Let's hope we have a lot of nature around for years to come, right? I think we are now ready for Llewellyn McCoy. Yeah?
Yeah, are you ready?
The roots go pop, the grass shoots up.
Yes, and I would like to show you. This is probably the shortest poem in the gallery, so to speak, but it also has one of the wildest images. Good job, Llewellyn. Rain Scarborough.
Do you want me to read it for you? Okay, you can ask.
It's so sit back and take your time.
Okay, I'm afraid mine is a bit long. Okay. Mortality lives down the hallway from my room, between pillows and blankets and never-ending pills, where, when he gets better, reigns supreme. Where I choke on the words, stagnant, sticky, and ill-repeated in my thoughts. Sticky and ill-repeated, a child has jam on their hands and messes with a record player. It breaks, damned to replay the same verse over and over. That is my mind. Mortality appears on my bedpost when I wake up, before daytime has had the chance to mince my thoughts, bastardize them to choppy, orderly rows. Before the still moments, my mind is muddy, dripping, swirling with absolutely nothing, and then the dying bird that won't go away lifts its wings and crawls to my side, haphazard and rude, piercing my shoulder till I remember mortality lives forever. I choke on the thought, extract the bird from my shoulder, and go downstairs. The bird follows me, dragging crumpled wings behind trembling legs, crooning a mournful song about sunlight, as my father closes the shades in the room down the hall. I start the dishes, lost in the sight of water flowing from the spout. Suddenly, the ocean calls me, and just as fast, mortality tears me away from my reverie, thrusts a plate in my hands, and yells, "Scrub!" I relent. For a moment, all is right in the world. Then I catch sight of the bird, no song spilling out their beak, now only shivering in a cold I find myself unwilling to feel. I go upstairs, the dishes forgotten, remembering only to take my time, meandering down the hall, pausing at the 2 doors before the one at the end as if I'm considering entering them. Then a thought: mortality lives forever. I enter the room, he is fast asleep. In my father's unopened eyes, I see mortality. In the lines of his face, in the hours spent in bed, in the pill bottles and coffee cups on the nightstand, in the abrupt conversations we have about life. Mortality lives in my ears as I listen. Mortality marching closer and closer. The half-dead bird stirs. I dodge its talons.
Well, I think it is quite an impressive poem, Rain, and I also think that you are a wonderful poetry reader,
Thank you.
which makes a poem come alive. And I think you really gave us a treat here.
You can say your name.
I don't want to read mine, but I was wondering if somebody else could read it.
Do you want Mama to?
Okay, what is yours?
Sure.
Mine is called The Boss.
The
The boss. Look up and tell
The Boss.
Oh yes, the boss. Yes, yes. I have it here somewhere. I will read it. Oh, here. I found it. And so here we go. I am the boss of the Night Kingdom, and I am the boss of the sea. I am the boss of the underground as far as the eye can see. I am the boss of where it rains, and I am the boss of where it flames. And I am the boss of snow and ice now. Well, I'm the boss of bread and rice now. Oh yeah? Well, now I'm the boss of the Night Kingdom, and now I'm the boss of the sea, and I'm the boss of the underground as far as you can see. Now I'm the boss of where it rains, plus where it flames, and I'm the boss of snow and ice now. You can keep your bread and rice now. Is that okay, Lori?
Yeah.
All right.
All
I wanted to read one more, and it is by Oliver Norris, and he is in 6th grade, and it is called The Sunset. And it's also a little bit longer, but I thought it was a really good poem. And I will do my best. And this is the drawing that Oliver made with it. The sunset. I sit down on the tall forest green grass. The wind sways through my hair, whispering for me to go to sleep. The opal blue sky makes me daze off thinking of how amazing it would be to fly with the birds. And then I hear the sharp and quick sound of the birds chirping happily. I lay on the ground, the grass like a soft, thick mattress, and the sun like a soft but warm blanket. Then I stare out on the horizon. My eyes pass over all the houses, the trees, and the golden glow that passes over all of it. I look at the pinkish, orangish sunset, almost saying goodnight. I watch as the sunset fades, as the sun is traded for a moon and the clouds are traded for stars. I watch as the sunset is simply traded for darkness. And slowly my eyes close and I sleep. This is Ogden's drawing of one of his poems where he is organizing his thoughts, I think. Do you have the text of this poem, Owen? This is the what ifs and hows.
Yeah, a print of it.
Do you want to read it?
Oh, yeah, sure, I guess. What ifs and hows? Some what ifs and hows went in my ear last night, and then I thought and thought a mite. What if I fall on a spike and die? How do birds fly up in the sky? What if I don't get a magical wish? How do whales have lungs unlike fish? I thought and thought and thought some more until the what ifs and hows walked right out the door.
I really appreciated those of you who were willing to read, because a read poem isn't a live poem. So bye-bye.